My name is Ronan.
My name's Alex. Join us here at Berlin Brandenburg Willy Brandt Airport, and we're flying to London City with British Airways CityFlyer. So come with us and let's see what it's like.
Yeah, come with us as always like it's on the Embraer 190 today. So come and have a look. Let's see what this brand new terminal here in Berlin's like. 'Cause I've only been to the old version of this one, so it'll be good to see what it's like. Come with us now.
So the new terminal in Berlin opened well back in 2020, but the story behind this terminal is actually a rather interesting one. It was apparently meant to open in 2011, which is sort of 10 years after when it actually opened. Um, it was rather infamous. I'm sure many of you are watching this video are interested in aviation, and it just is a general German construction issue. Um, there was absolutely massive delays in the project. Apparently, the budget went from a whole around 2.8 billion, but apparently it ended up all the way up at 6 billion. Apparently, the culprit of this was the faulty fire protection system, which was so complex and poorly designed. And when we walk around here, it's a rather large space, so I can see maybe why. Looking at this though, the terminal is spectacular. What I really do like is the openness of this area. It's really modern. I find the sort of the flooring and the wood to be quite soothing and relaxing. So there's the BA check-in area, and we headed over to security. Security was an absolute breeze, and we were through rather quickly. Really interesting here is the terminal. The plenty of shopping areas, like most modern airports now. It's more of a shopping centre than a terminal when you first go through. Plenty of duty free, but quite a lot of shops here. Rather confusing though to try and find the lounge. So with our ticket today, we are frequent flyers with British Airways, so we got access to the Burr lounge. I believe the Burr Tempelhof lounge, but I didn't realise what a walk it would be. So heading along here, you've got some shops. The ceiling lowers quite dramatically, and I think, in my opinion, this sort of negates the massive area they've got when you first walk through. That's a bit of a wow, and then you go to this, and it's sort of maybe 12 foot high, and it just feels a little bit more compact. And this gives me real flashbacks to German railway stations. Obviously not the Amiga, but it would be interesting to see in the comments what are your views on what this looks like. But we had to speed this up because it was such a long walk to the lounge. Even at 10 times speed, it was walk, 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 walk. Plenty of places for toilets. The terms of distances walked, it felt a little bit like a Bangkok airport where you just walk for miles. Interestingly, the lift didn't work up to the lounge, so myself and Alex decided to be a little bit healthy and use the stairs to head up to the Tempelhof lounge at Berlin Airport. So heading into the lounge, as usual, scan the boarding pass and allowed through. The lounge is probably one of those better lounges that I've had in Germany for flying around Europe and back to the UK. Lots of seating available, although it was very busy. Looking down there, they had some artwork which I found rather intriguing. So this is just a general overview of what the lounge looks like. Lots of different types of seating though. So you've got sort of the high desks with high seats, and then you've got some really weird shaped, relaxing lounger chairs. But we couldn't find any seats there, so we thought we'd head back and have a look around the other side of the lounge. But as you can see, generally quite a lot of tables, and okay space to spend an hour or so before your flight. They don't have announcements in this lounge, which I'm sure is expected nowadays. And they even have one of those Berlin Bears there, so absolutely great if you're interested in getting pictures of the Berlin Bears. Although I'm not really sure what they're there for. They're all around Berlin, and Alex has had a picture or two with some of them, but I've never got the fad with them. Heading round, again, no seats available here at this moment in time, but as you can see to the right, two people just stood up, and I thought, right, we'll pounce in those seats once they're available. So we headed over back to the buffet area to have a look. Views, though, from this lounge were great over the southerly runway. If it was a southerly runway, I can't remember now. Do apologise, but whatever runway it was, there was views over an apron and runway. But here you can see we've spotted those. Anyway, the drink selection, great. They had Grey Goose, which is always a nice one to see. I think it elevates the experience from just having a Smirnoff bottle there. We'd already eaten before heading to the airport, but they just had a few hot dishes as usual for an airport of this kind of distance of travel. Always in Germany, they have these massive bottles of fizzy pop, and then you just pour them into a glass, which ends up with a lot of them being flat. Some wines here. I'm no wine connoisseur, but I suspect it was fine, and I didn't have any on this journey. And then some more wine as well. But yeah, here's some more seating around the corner of the lounge. Again, adequate. My favourite part of any German lounge is usually the sweetie selection. As you can tell, that was really healthy. The items I had a total beige and multicoloured plate of beige. And there was my Coke Zero. So we thought we'd head through. A nice little benefit of this lounge is that you head straight through immigration and then you're in the non-Schengen zone. So there was no long queues, as that was really just for the lounge customers. Walking along, it was the whole walk back down, and we arrived at the gate just before boarding commenced. And for this flight, we were flying with British Airways CityFlyer on board one of their Embraer 190s, Golf Lima Charlie Alpha Foxtrot. 13 years old, and it was first flight was back all the way in June 2012. Actually, a year after this airport should have opened, so some time ago. Looking at this flight, it did arrive early into Berlin. It got there around 15:59, and we were boarding a rather long jet bridge / walkway down to the jet bridge, where you go from the upper level to the lower level, but we were boarding in no time. This flight back to London is around 578 miles, and it's straight back into East London. This route, you need to wait for the end of this video. The views coming into London cannot be beaten. Here we are. That was the business cabin, which is a 1-1. They keep the seat empty, but we were down the back, and it's a 2-2 configuration on BA CityFlyer. And this is a really interesting pushback. The Heathrow flight was right next to us on a 319, and that pushed back first, but then we ended up pushing back and then pulling forward. If you're not interested in watching the taxi out and takeoff, do skip to this time now, and we'll be up in the air, and I'll be showing you more about the scene.
Please study the safety card in your seat area, as this includes important safety information specific to this aircraft type, such as brace position and location and operation of doors. In the event of an emergency, low-level lighting will guide you to an exit. All exits are clearly marked and are being pointed out to you now by your cabin crew. Please take a moment to locate the nearest exit, bearing in mind this may be behind you. Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. Mask over your mouth and nose and breathe normally, adjusting the band to secure it. Please note that the bag may not inflate. Make sure your own mask is fitted before helping anyone else. Your life jacket is underneath your seat. If required, remove the jacket from its container and pull it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and tie them securely in a double bow at the side. Good afternoon to you all. My name is Terry, your customer service manager.
So we're up in the air, and this is the seat. Looking around it, you get quite a average size tray table, plenty for the flight over to London. What I love about this is the little phone holder, absolutely great. So you can just slot your phone in there, watch a film, and get on. Interestingly, these seats do still have recline, a slight recline, headrest, plenty of padding again for this length of flight. I know they do some longer flights than these, but for a 2-hour flight, plenty of room. Looking at legroom, this was the best part. I'm sure there was more legroom on here than on a normal mainline flight. You got some crisps once you're airborne, and it is a complimentary bar on BA CityFlyer, which is absolutely fabulous. So I certainly had myself a Diet Coke. We're now coming into London. This flight was absolutely fantastic. Nothing more you could need from such a short flight. It's nice to be having a complimentary snack and also a complimentary drink, which is different, as I said. And coming into London, this is just an absolutely fantastic approach. We flew directly over the Thames Estuary, which included flying just south of Dartford Bridge. And then you do fly over London. So I'm going to leave you with flying over London. And do remember, if you did enjoy this video, please do remember to click that like and subscribe button. And do stay tuned for some more videos. We're off to the Caribbean, South America in the next few weeks on into a cruise. So there's going to be some fantastic videos up and coming. And I'm sure you're going to love them as well. Well, I hope you do.
very warm welcome to London City Airport. The time here has just gone 19 minutes after 5 in the evening. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off. When it is safe to do so, please take care opening overhead
So we didn't actually take a suitcase on this trip, but one of our travelling companions, Jamie, did. So here we are, just getting off the aircraft in London City after that fantastic approach. I'd love to know if you can think of any better approaches into a capital city other than this, or maybe Kai Tak many years ago, but not in the modern day time. Going through lots of corridors here just at London City. It's a small terminal, so I didn't expect much. We were through immigration very quickly and out the baggage belt, which it must have been sort of 5 minutes. So certainly a brilliant place to arrive into. On arrival, suitcases came off within 10 minutes and we were all on our way. Due to engineering works, it did take us all a little bit longer to get home, but this is a fantastic airport if you are heading into the city for any business meetings.
Guess it's going to go... I never know what way. It'll be this way.